That's a good thing.
All right. So who do I have here with me today?
Julie.
Julie, how you doing? What's your current living situation, and how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 38. I'm gonna be 39 in like 2 weeks. I'm homeless in Arizona.
Homeless in Arizona. Man, that's awful. So, are you from Arizona, or?
I was born in Philadelphia. I did live in Arizona when I was little until I was like 10 years old. Then we moved back to the East Coast, and I came back out here about 8 years ago when my father was sick. So came out here to spend 3 weeks out here. Just never went home though.
Never went home, huh? Yeah, that's how it usually works.
Yeah.
Exactly how it usually works. So, what's a day in a life like out here for you? Are you scared? Are the shopkeepers, are they cool? Do they give you guys water, things of that nature?
Days are different every day out here. As far as how people are typically pretty nice to us, as long as I always say don't hang anywhere too long. You know, if you go beyond there, you don't. You're welcome. That's all. You know.
Yeah.
You don't want to scare off their business. If you're messing with their money, then of course they're not going to be as nice to you. But you just gotta keep it moving.
Gotta do it moving, huh?
Keep it moving. You stay out of trouble.
All right. So what about the officers here? Are they mean? How do they treat you guys?
Again.
Same thing.
Yeah, I always try to treat them with respect. Typically, they're out if they approach us because they've been caught or because we're doing something wrong. Generally, of course, there are some that they like to pick on us, harass us a little bit, but for the most part, we are doing something to cause them to be, requested.
Weary of the situation.
Their presence to be requested. Again, like especially with the hotels and stuff, the hotels are really quick to call the police, but don't be doing drugs outside, especially at a hotel. Even if it's Motel 6, there can still be families there, kids there, stuff like that. Just don't disrespect them so openly, and typically they won't mess with you too much.
Yeah. So that's true. Do you find it that in this area here, that it's a tight-knit homeless community, or is it like all the rest of them? Do people steal from you? Are they, can you trust these guys around here? What do you say about this homeless community?
So my boyfriend and I have been homeless everywhere from Phoenix to Mesa, the west side. We started out in Sunny Slope. We woke up one day on 35th Avenue Northern with all of our belongings in a piece, and we're like, how the fuck did we get here? So we've been everywhere from there to 19th and Bell, to Broadway and Stapley and Mesa, to Tempe. And in Tempe, I would say we got lucky to land in Tempe.
It's nice. It's better over here, right?
In the beginning, it was so nice. It was so pretty. It was so clean. It was so, especially compared to Phoenix. In Phoenix, it's not a tight-knit community.
Hell on earth.
We didn't realize, when we first got here, the homeless community is a lot younger population, and it seemed like a really close, tight-knit community. However, the longer we've been here,
you realize that it's all a facade.
It's still a dog-eat-dog world. It's still don't get me wrong. Yes, everybody steals from each other. I'll say that flat out. They'll all say, "I don't steal," and they all.
But that's all the homeless.
That being said, at the end of the day, I know that if someone from, hey, did Dave find you? He's looking for you somewhere out there. He's going, well, sorry. But at the end of the day, I know if someone that outside of our community were to mess with one of us, even if I'm not getting along with someone in my community, I know we'd all have each other's back if it came to an outsider.
Yo, that's cool.
So, infringing on your
little
group,
situation. That's cool though. At least that's there, to say the least.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Tempe has kind of this strange homeless government, I should say. There are people that are
foreseers and oversee things.
Hires that you go to for guidance, I should say, or they try to keep it. Keep us.
Keep the peace, if you will.
Yeah, keep us from going a little bit, keep everyone from going a little bit their own way. When everyone wants to do their own way, it's just
Yeah, that's
chaotic.
cool, man. I noticed that about Tempe, as in comparison to Phoenix. Phoenix is all over the place. Oh, it's dog.
When my boyfriend was in rehab and I was trying to find his rehab because everyone was directing me in a different direction, and I found myself at 16th Street in Thomas, and in broad daylight, men are,
It's
approaching
awful.
me. And I wondered to myself, like, has it always been this way? And Dave, my boyfriend's always just been there, protecting me without me even realize it, or have men just become that, entitled to anything they want, or feeling like they're entitled to any woman that they want, and it was very disturbing. Just even in the middle of the day, people around,
it's crazy
the way that
out
men
there. Yeah, I know.
try to solicit.
It's definitely different than Tempe. A lot of times, I do these videos.
Oh, they do it in Tempe too.
Oh, I know. Yeah, everywhere. But I mean, it really happens out, Phoenix and like Sunny Slope areas like that, 19th Bell, the square, things of that nature. But it's crazy, how Tempe is just, it is tight knit. I mean, for the most part. And when I do these videos, if I'm in Phoenix, I tell people that I think are with it, hey, you should go to the hill, Papelville, because they feed every day at a certain time. Yeah. And you can at least get a meal.
Against the better judgment, or against the word of, the higher ups in the government, they still help no matter what.
Yeah, no matter
there's
what,
a lot
they
of resources,
come every day to bring that 40 cases of water, 1,000 hot dogs.
You don't realize, like, I always tell people, if you're in Tempe and you go hungry, then you're doing something wrong, because
there's food everywhere.
Like, that was the hardest thing for me when we first were homeless, was the hunger. Like, I've never felt hunger like that in my life. And this is when we were up in Sunny Slope, and like, and believe it or not, and I was telling, when I got in trouble in Mesa, I went to court and I was telling the prosecutor, like, that's how we started doing meth. The first time was because one night when we were sleeping, we got, all of our stuff robbed them, because we had like $5 left to last us until food stamps came in a few days, and we're like, okay, so this $5 can either get us, something to eat right now, and we're going to be hungry in an hour, or, it can both curb our hunger until food stamps come, and it can help keep us awake so we don't get robbed again, And it's unfortunate that that's
the choices you have to make. Yeah.
And granted, is meth the only answer? No. But at the time, like,
it's either frick or frack.
Easiest, and it was the most logical in our minds at the time, just to get us, through those next couple of days. And it's just like,
And those are the choices you have to make often. How do you feel being a woman out here and being homeless? I mean, do you feel that you need a boyfriend or things of that nature?
Oh, don't get me wrong. A woman never needs a boyfriend. A woman never needs a man. Homeless or not homeless. As long as like, I was raised by a single mother who, taught. I always say Happy Father's Day to my mother on Father's Day, because she was both mother and father to us. And she never let us see struggle. She never let us us think that she couldn't do anything that a father could do too. And she taught me, without even saying so much, but taught me how to, be able to take care of myself, and if I found a man, cool, but did I need one in order to get by? No, absolutely not. That being said, I see women out here.
The benefits.
Yeah, I mean, my boyfriend and I, luckily, I've known him my entire life, and we were homeless together from the beginning. It's not like I was by myself out here and then, got in a relationship. I don't know how people do it alone. People say they don't know how to do it. We do it with two of us. We don't know how people do it alone. I couldn't imagine. Like I said, there was just that little time that he was in rehab and I was by myself. I was like, I mean, I managed, don't get me wrong, like, I can hold my own, but would I choose that? No. Because, like I said, like, at broad daylight, I kind of got lucky. Had it been nighttime, who knows, because at the end of the day, a man will be stronger than a woman physically. And if they truly wanted, to take what they wanted, they probably could have. I know most of the women out here that are alone have told me stories about being raped multiple times, and, I'm one of the lucky ones. That being said, am I happy I'm homeless? Absolutely not. But being homeless has I wouldn't have changed it at all. It's humbled me a lot, and it's taught me. It's made me stronger, both mentally and physically. I believe at 38 years old, I'm in probably the best physical condition of my life. Just from always moving. Yeah, whether I'm walking, on my bike, doing whatever, and I've learned a lot of life lessons. I learned I found my voice. I've learned a lot out here, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. It's a crappy way to have learned these lessons, but it's necessary. It took a lot of pain to learn a lot of these lessons. You know what I mean? But I'd rather go through that pain and learn them now than still be naive to so many things and still be believing all these false. False.
So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years. We're from the East Coast. We want to eventually get back home. Both have a little bit of legal problems right now. As long as all I gotta do is get my probation over with, and I want to head back home.
Probation out here.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be hard. The rules of probation are not very hard. However, being homeless and not having a residence, not having a phone number, makes it hard. It makes it, but we do it to ourselves. If we can find a phone to get the other stuff that we need, we can find a phone to call our probation officers.
Of course,
we always make excuses for ourselves, and I'll be the first to admit that. But in 5 years, I definitely hope to be back home. I'm the youngest in my family, and my family back home's not getting any younger. Their health is starting to fail a little bit. Both my brothers are sick. My mom's not getting any younger. And all the kids are growing up. And I don't have any kids, but my dad had 7 kids, so I've got 13 nieces and nephews, and it's like I'm missing their entire lives.
Missing the whole thing. That's awful.
But I don't want to go back there in the condition I'm in now. I don't want to go
be
back.
Better. You can do it.
I want to be proud of myself when I go back. I don't want them to be right per se. I don't want them to be right about me.
I think you got all your faculties and everything. A lot of people that I talk to are kind of lost in the sauce out here. Seems like you're focused. You got everything together.
I know how to do it. I've done it. I've gone through rehab multiple times. I've gone through it out here. I ended up working for the rehab that I went to. I know how to do it, but the thing about rehab is once you go through it once, it's hard to go through it again because you know what to say to make it sound like
you're doing good.
So it's like you gotta really want to do it and not just do it just to get through it and do it because someone else told you to, or whatever. Like if you're, and I always tell people people always say but that's when they're like down and out, have no money, have whatever. Then suddenly they want to go, but it's like. You need to be mentally prepared more than anything. You can't just want to go just because you're dope sick. Like that's never gonna work that way ever. Like I saw both sides of it. Like when I worked with rehab, it was so eye opening. Like seeing these girls and thinking, wow, did I really think I was that convincing too? Because
good, huh? They could be movie stars over here.
Right. Or they're absolutely
serious,
not believable. It's like, wow, did I really think I was pulling it off? Like, holy crap. Like, they're just...
And last couple questions here. So, my last couple questions. I was going to ask you, so do you think, or do you mind me putting this on my social media so I could spread awareness to the youth and just to anyone in general who feels a certain way about homeless people?
No, of course not.
And I want to ask you, if anybody sees this video and they have the means or they feel like they want to support you in any kind of way, do you have any social medias or anything, a phone number that you want to shout out or anything like that? Is there something that you want or may need,
I always say like, well, especially with like winter coming up, like,
It's gonna get cold.
yeah, it does get cold. It cold like
things of that
it's
nature.
cold real quick at night. Like last night, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm cold.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, not necessarily just for me specifically, but blankets and sleeping bags go, especially sleeping bags. You got a sleeping bag, you don't even need a blanket, but like they go a long, long way.
Yep.
Out here because, like I said, it gets cold at night. And with like I said, when you're sleeping bag, you don't need the blankets because then you gotta carry the blankets around all day long. Because then it gets hot during the day.
Need 'em.
Like, but at night you really didn't need it. Blankets, that kind of stuff, because winter is coming in. Don't get me wrong, it's much better than summer out here. I'll tell you that much. But
Oh, it's definitely
just.
All right. Well, yeah, that concludes our interview. I want to thank you so much for letting me do this interview, and hopefully we can get a part 2 where you're doing better. And if not, we just definitely want to check up on you, make sure you're doing all right out here. There are people like us that care, man. Thank you so much, and we look forward to part 2.
Thank you.